Hello, metal enthusiast! Let's talk about metal. Today, I will review my pick number 6 to 10 from my top 25 best album of 2023. Finally! So, next video will be my top 5. So, number 10, it will be Ne Oblivis Curis with the album Exile. So this is the fourth album by the Australian excellent group, first with Martino Garatoni on bass guitar. Neo have their unique blend of progressive, neoclassical, black death, melodic metal. On this album, it's like a melting pot of everything they've done in the past, but they add some spices as well. So I think Tim Charles, once again, is a stud. He's brilliant. Both on clean vocals and on the violin, obviously. I think he brings such a dramatic, melancholic feel to the music, and also a certain vibe of epicness. His voice is so soothing. He doesn't speak a lot of words, but he will like bring you and send you to heaven, almost. So on the bass guitar, I was talking about Martino. I think his addition is really cool because he plays a lot more lead part. So when the guitar is doing more chords, you will do some leads on top of that, so it's get really interesting when you listen to that in a surround system or in headphones. So really dig his work on it. On guitar, talking about that, Benjamin Barret is incredible on all his solos throughout the album. I think one of the best solos of the year is during the song Misrecord part 1, because there are two parts of the Misrecord song, and the solo began very smooth, soothing, calm, and then it builds up and builds up, and it becomes more aggressive at the end, and it's such a great journey during that 90 seconds solo. I really love it. A lot of feelings, great guitar playing. Zen on vocals, has a really deep guttural voice, but a lot of dynamic in his voice. I really like it. Dan Presslin on drums is doing a perfect job. He helped to wrap this song, the sound they have, this wall of sound, into something really cohesive and very interesting. My best track will be for sure the first one, Ecus, if I pronounce it right, and the two part of Misrecord, but there's no bad song on it. It's a really cool album, long songs, but a lot of development in them. Number 9, it will be a new band called Frost Shock, and their debut album, eponymous album, Frost Shock. So, this is the debut album from these German. It sounds like a bit of the Gothenburg sound, but we will add some maybe Iron Maiden, In Flames, For sure, I was talking about the Gothenburg song, but it's more into In Flames. Kalma, also a lot of old school of death metal as well, like Dying Fetus, the band Death, a lot of death vibes, and also a little bit of American death metal, melodic death metal like Darkest Hour and the Black Dahlia Murder in the fast-paced riff. Definitely it's a mellow death album, but it's also old school death metal, and some trash riffs are insert here and there. The riffs here are the bread and butter of the band. It's so cool. So many great riffs, so many memorable melodies, a lot of harmonies as well. Fleming, wherein he's leading the way on vocals, but also on guitar. I think both guitar players are playing leads and rhythm. They are both amazing. I think the album is a non-stop banger filled with awesome riffs, awesome songwriting. It's kind of straight to the point songs, but there's a ton of details in it. It's not just your 3-4 riffs, verse, chorus. It's there's a lot more than that in that record. That's why it's high on my list. I will say that my best track are for sure Engreased is my favorite. Such a great song, one of the best of the year for me. I really like Putrefaction of the Soul, and I will say maybe Bludgeon, and the title track Frost Shock obviously is such a banger. So number 9, Frost Shock with their debut album. We'll continue with number 8, a power metal act called Twilight Force, and their album At the Heart of Winter Veil. So that's the fourth album by Sweden's Twilight Force, and for me it's their best. It's their second album with Alessandro Conti. I think it's their more consistent album from start to finish. I really dig the last album with Conti. Really great stuff. I maybe prefer a little bit the voice of the first singer, Christian Eriksen, but at the same time I think Conti is more reliable live, and the songwriting is just improving, personally. So I'd say it's maybe not for everyone, since it's very cheesy power metal, Disney power metal. There's a lot of prog elements into the songwriting as well, and a lot of surprises, because you never know it's around the corner with them. They can turn left, turn right, turn backwards, so that's really amusing for me. I like to be surprised in my music from time to time. So all the arrangement here are a big wall of sound. There's a lot of details in the songwriting. If you like that big wall with a lot of layers, you have your money for that. So guitar player Lynn, it's a phenomenal guitar player. He loves to play a lot of sweeping arpeggios, but at the same time he's very melodic. He remembers me a lot of Luca Turi, but he has also his sound, and he likes to play a lot of dissonant, sometimes dissonant notes in his soloing, so it's quite not the kind of things you will see in power metal usually. I think Conti is in great shape, sings some of the best chorus he ever sang in his life, some of the best chorus of Twilight Force as well. My best track will be the track Twilight Force, a really fast-paced, unrelentless opener. It's going full throttle and epic right off the bat, and I really like Sunlight Night. Is such an amazing song. There's a lot of twist and turn in that song, especially the part that sounds a little bit like video games, Mario Kart Beach. So really like that. Another song I really dig is Dragonborn, more a medieval type of song like Rhapsody will do. Like the Village of Dwarfs, kind of. There's no flute, but there's a really an atmosphere of medieval, so it's really well written. So number 8, Twilight Force at the Heart of Winter Veil. Number 7, I will go back to melodic death metal. It's a big year of metal death for me personally. Kalma with their eponymous album Kalma. From Finland, Kalma, it's another metal death band in the veins of, I'd say, early Children of Bodom, with maybe a more brutal aspect to it from time to time. This album sounds like it will be a great successor to the third album, Swamp Song, but it came really later. Because Swamp Song was released in 2003, so it's been a long time. They have all good albums, but I think this one is maybe the best since Swamp Song personally. I recognize their sound, it's always like upbeat melodies. This album is produced more in a more organic way. They wanted to go back to a more raw sound, and I love that. Sometimes it's maybe too polished, the metal these days, so I like their approach, and it sounds really real, like they are playing live in front of you, so really like it. NT Coco is doing some of the best soloing he's done in his career. I really like him on this album, really like the lead guitar he's playing as well. I heard that he's not the only songwriter on the album. There's songs from every members of the band, so it's really cool. It's a great contribution of everyone, but NT is still the main songwriter of the band. Pekka's voice, really deep guttural approach like it was on the last few albums. I really dig his more raspy, kind of screamy metal death voice, but he's not using it a lot these days. But his guttural voice is so cool, so I can live with it, absolutely. A good variety of tracks here, and it's all good stuff. So maybe my best will be, I'd say, Hunted by Guild, the opener. Completely awesome hooks to start off this album, a lot of energy. Maybe Serve the Untrue is a gems also, and Taken Before Given, the last single they sorted out, is a real banger. But all killers, no fillers, I'd say. Really good album from Kalma at number 7. Number 6 is Atavista with Cosmic Warfare. So often called the Canadians' Winter Sun, Atavista is back with their third full length, and this one is a big step up in the right way. It's all about epic, progressive, symphonic, melodic death metal. It's so well balanced. They are maturing in their songwriting, and I love it. I think they are distancing themselves quite a bit from Winter Sun. It's a little bit more darker, and there's like the title will suggest, it's there's a cosmic atmosphere in a lot of songs. I really love that. Being a big fan of Mer Cognitum, the black metal band from the United States with Jacob Bucharski, I think there are some similarities in the blast beats and the orchestration in the back, but it's always in an epic way, so, and always really melodic. The guitar playing here is outstanding, from the sweeping melodic solos to the ferocious riffs. It grabs you completely and instantly. So Matthias, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I talked to the guy and I don't remember. Matthias Cipolla, he has a very great vocal register. He reminds me a lot of Yari, man, from Winter Sun. Actually, his clean vocal is really reminiscent. His arch vocal, scream vocal, really close too, and he has like a in-between voice, a more raspy one, clean but raspy. It's really nice. I'd love that he used that one a little bit more in the future, because I think it's killer. The best tracks here is the title track for me. It's a bombastic, fast-paced track that will bring you on board already from the start after the intro. And Divine Destruction is probably my favorite track. It's a more progressive one with a lot of builds up, a lot of cool melodies, beautiful dark melodies, I'd say, and the closing track fits perfectly to end this mammoth into greatness. It's amazing how it ends well, the album. It's so epic. All the tracks are very long, actually. There's like, I think, 2 or 3 tracks over 10 minutes, at least 2, and mostly the tracks are 7, 8, 9 minutes. There's just 2 tracks that are not clocking over 8 minutes, and that's the intro and the title track that is like 7 minutes. So really epic album, number 6, Atavista, Cosmic Warfare. That's it for that video, so leave your comments on my choices. That's all subjective, obviously. So let's have a talk, and see you in the next video for the final top 5 of my top 25 of metal album in 2023. So stay metal!